Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Total War Shogun 2. Today we are on the battlefields of Japan, where on one side we see, let's see here, the Fukuhara? Absolutely butchering that against the Minamoto. Alright, so we're gonna say blue versus red, alright? Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and butcher this. I would feel horrible if I sat here and butchered these names. So we're just not even gonna try to butcher them. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have some bow levy from the red side pushing up here to hopefully and deliver a decent amount of damage. You know what? Tyra. There we go. Tyra versus the Minamoto. There we go. Alright, so Tyra is pushing up some cav on the right flank here. You can see that we have some mounted samurai pushing up decently quickly. And just to oppose them, all we have is some foot samurai over here. No cav to give a counter charge from Minamoto's side. And same with over here. Minamoto bringing very little cav, and what cav they do have, they are throwing in the rear. Now compared to the Tyra side, we are seeing a lot larger cavalry numbers. So we will see if these play into the battle. But I am seeing a couple interesting units back here. We have some firebomb throwers and stuff like that. So, ooh, whoa. Do not want to miss this. We are seeing a decent cav charge here. We are seeing the foot samurai come under attack from this mounted cav unit. The cav taking a decent amount of losses in that charge as fire arrows do come pouring into them. And on the way, other flank here, we are also seeing a cav charge as well. So the cavalry closing that gap quickly and silencing the archers so that way the rest of the infantry can push up. And here we go. We are starting to see it now. Firebomb throwers and fire arrows flying overhead here, doing a decent amount of damage to those bow warrior monks. And firebomb throwers still pushing ahead, charging into melee. Not how I thought that they'd be used, but yet again, you know, you never know. So a lot of fire arrows going into this mounted samurai unit as well. So both sides using fire arrows, and ladies and gentlemen, the clash has begun. You can see both sides now, fire arrows raining over the top. And the Tyra are doing a great job at kind of overwhelming the flanks. Because as you can see here, Minamoto is putting a lot of his troops literally right here in the middle. But if you look, the Tyra are doing a good job at kind of spreading out things just a little bit here. You see two of their firebomb throwers. Like I said, I don't know why they charged them into melee combat, but do end up breaking there. And then over on the far side here, we are also starting to see that they broke through that like middle left and middle right flanks. So fire arrows still raining out from both sides here as we continue to see an absolute scrap here across the middle. Beautiful. More and more fire arrows raining down at the enemy cav. A very juicy target there, and a great target to target down. It is always good to get rid of enemy cav, especially in a game like this. And there it is, the fire bombs. You can start to see them going off there in the back. More and more fire arrows still just raining in from both sides here, and things are starting to look pretty nice. And this is exactly what Total War Shogun 2 is about, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, look at this. Look at this scene here. Absolutely breathtaking. That guy's face there is priceless in that photo. But yeah, fire arrows still just raining down into the back lines here, doing a good job at targeting down this mounted samurai unit. Continuing to take some losses here from just the pure arrow fire that's just raining in. Look at how quickly they are losing soldiers here. Just thick arrow fire. I mean, you can see it in the air now, just raining down into these back samurai bow units. So, or this foot samurai unit. And I mean, just look at it. Just taking a tremendous amount of casualties there. Let's hit play again and go and check on the flanks. Little foot samurai skirmish off here. The Minamoto should be winning this battle, though. It's 3 units versus 1. There should be no issue at all there for them. But in saying that, some mounted samurai is starting to overwhelm the Minamoto flanks there. The center is going well for Minamoto, but we do start to see that the Terra are pushing some more units up now to the center to reinforce. So good work from Terra there. Kind of just trying to keep Minamoto focused on the center. And yeah, just trying to get as many kills with arrow fire as possible. Doing a great job. We are starting to see more and more men litter the battlefield here in the back from that arrow fire. And now the central left flank here of Minamoto is starting to crumble due to the sheer volume of Taira men. Or Taira men. But in doing so, you can start to see Minamoto is breaking through the center. Terra doing a very, very poor job at continuing to plug up that center. It is going to leave a lot of their archers exposed to an infantry charge now, and that is exactly what we're starting to see. The infantry pushing out of that gap for Minamoto. Again, oh my good gracious, that guy went flying. Look at this, more and more fire bombs are going off here, going for the cab. We have the general here taking fire. And he is going to actually have to commit to the fight there. That is not great for Terra. Their archers are now starting to have to also engage in melee combat, as we can see right here. So not looking great for Terra. They are starting to lose and falter in the center a little bit, but on the far left flank, we do see that they do end up being victorious. We can now push some of these units, these sword attendants and others, to reinforce the center. Also, just look at this. The amount of arrows flying in the air from this unit here. Hearing the distant explosions.
Our ally has fallen to the enemy.
And it sounds like the general has finally died there for Terra. But you can start to see now that those reinforcements from that flank is starting to overwhelm the Minamoto right flank. And you can start to see it starting to collapse. The central right is starting to collapse for Minamoto. We're starting to see a lot of units waver and falter. So now it is going to be a now or never push here for Terra. Going to be needing to run downhill due to the fast nature that Shogun plays as. You need to take advantage of these little breaks, because you can already see that Minamoto is doing a good job at pushing out to those sword attendants and archers in the back here. Looking like this is going to be a fight almost down to the wire here.
My lord, a glorious victory will soon be yours.
And ladies and gentlemen, a very, very, very quick defeat of Minamoto, just like that. I went quiet there for a second to just absorb in the surroundings, but in that time, Minamoto falls. So I'd like to thank you guys all so much for watching this video today. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys go down below, hit that like and sub button, and of course, I will see you guys all next time. Peace.